Previously on Roommates.
Guess what I got? I'm thinking about asking her to marry me. It's been 3 years, I figured it's about time.
There's an unwritten rule that if you start dating at Concordia, you're gonna get engaged before graduation. A lot of couples do it, and I just don't want to see Jared making a terrible mistake, because it is a mistake.
I couldn't wait any longer. She said yes!
Well, I guess they're not so bad as a couple. I mean, I guess the engagement rule can be good in some cases.
Can you believe we ever tried to break them up?
Melissa broke up with me. I mean, she's just being completely ridiculous. I don't even know where this is coming from.
What exactly happened?
She thinks I got her a fake ring.
Well, why'd you go do that?
I didn't. She was showing the ring off to one of her friends and they thought it was fake.
Well, with a box like that, I don't blame them.
Nah, I believe you, Jared. She's just overreacting.
No. Nope. I gotta go find her.
Don't worry, I'm sure everything's gonna be fine.
They sat in silence, pondering what could possibly happen next. In a time when their future was uncertain, there were only two men who could bring peace back to Coburg 515, and without a doubt, they both knew what needed to be done. I said they knew what needed to be done. With the coming of exams, many eyes in a turmoil Coburg. With the coming of exams, many eyes in a turmoil Coburg turned hopefully or desperately toward the freedom that comes after graduation. But, fortunately for these two men, they had forgotten completely about the exams before them. They had more important matters at hand. From Augsburg to Heidelberg, across the fishbowl, then by train or auto, or foot across the rim of Lake Michigan, to Coburg 515 in Mequon, Wisconsin. Everyone had one question on their mind. Would Jared and Alyssa get back together? Everyone knew about the breakup, but nobody heard anything about the next episode, and so they waited in anticipation. And waited, and waited, and waited. Until finally, the day had come. And now, discover the exciting conclusion in this week's episode of Roommates!
Well, what do you think we got here, Andrew?
I don't know, John. Let's take a look. Boy loves girl. Girl loves boy. Boy buys fake ring. Huh.
I don't know. It almost seems like too much for entry-level detectives. We might need to bring in campus.
No! No. There's no need for that. I know what we have to do.
The case didn't sit well with me. Something smelled funny. Almost as bad as the Wittenhood. Jared would never buy a fake ring, let alone actually give it to Alyssa. No, something wasn't right.
I never really wanted to go along with that case, but the chief said I had to do it. I didn't even have a chief, but that's the hand life deals you sometimes. I was just happy I at least got to wear this suit. Yeah. Worry started to overcome me about this case and where it was heading. Deep down, I knew it was heading somewhere dark and dirty, somewhere none of us wanted to go.
Andrew's trying out the hard stuff again. When will he learn? We needed to start somewhere. think of only one place to start, and one look at Andrew told me he was thinking the same thing.
John thought I knew what he was thinking again. Luckily for him, I knew exactly where he wanted to start. It wasn't at all what I was thinking.
Alright, Dustin. You mind if I call you Dusty?
Do not call me Dusty.
So where were you the night of the 13th March, 2013?
Well, I was in my room, reading one of my beloved books on theology, sipping from a glass of tea.
So you were nowhere near Coburg 515.
What? Why would I be there? That room disgusts me.
Well, you weren't invited anyway.
The questioning was going nowhere. Like, I couldn't even think of a good analogy to put here. I had to take matters into my own hands.
Cut to the chase, Dustin! We all know you took my clothes out of the dryer.
Oh, is that what this is about? Well, I can assure you that I was very gentle with him.
Why, I gotta... Stop!
Alright, look, Dustin. Alyssa broke up with Jared because she thinks that the ring he gave her is a fake.
Ha! Am I supposed to be surprised with that?
What's that supposed to mean?
You guys call yourselves detectives? Ha ha! If you were actually trying on this case, you would go and see Jared and Alyssa's marriage counselor.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, he knows the couple the best. And don't tell anyone this, but I have seen Jared going to see him by himself recently.
So, Pastor Smith, I understand you were the marriage counselor for Jared and Alyssa, is that correct?
Yeah. Can you tell me what this is about? And why are you guys wearing these ugly suits?
Hey now, let's not make this personal, buddy.
Look, we've gotten word that the ring that Jared proposed with is a fake. Now they're broken up. So, we know you're one of the closest people to them, so maybe you could help us out?
Well, I'm not sure there's much to say. I mean, I'm not really supposed to talk about their relationship.
Cut to the chase, Smith!
What chase? I wasn't leading up to anything. I don't know anything.
Andrew always got too caught up in these interviews. He always wanted to turn them into a good cop, bad cop situation. Granted, this was our first case, but the kid needed to cool it if he wanted to keep me as a partner.
Where's the real ring? We know you have it. Where'd you put it?
Andrew, sit down. Look, we don't want to start any trouble here, but any possible help you might have would really help us out.
Look, guys, I'm sorry, but I don't really think I know anything that would be of any help. Now, I mean, if you're talking about Alex, that's a different story. That kid, his conspiracy theories, why can't he just be more like Noah?
So there weren't any problems at all? She never even complained about that box he put the ring in?
It was a pretty horrendous box.
They were the perfect couple. I don't think I'm supposed to say. The only thing...
Give us the answer, Smith! Sorry. Sorry.
Well, don't tell Alyssa this, but Jared would come down personally on occasion and talk to me about things.
About what?
Well, he needed help in a certain class.
Yes, it's true. Jared was in my Twilight and Philosophy class.
Wait, Jared Eggerman was in a Twilight class?
I knew it was impossible to love Harry Potter that much.
Well, I didn't say he was doing good in the class.
What are we talking here, Dr. Wolf? C's? D's?
Well, he was Team Edward. Nobody who's Team Edward ever passes my course. Makes me cry a little bit inside.
Well, I can't really say I'm surprised. The kid talks about Harry Potter like Andrew talks about puppies.
I really do love puppies.
Oh yes, I know all about that. He was always asking when the Dumbledore vampire would arrive. Take a look at his recent test score. I will say this, though. He must really have loved that girl.
Alyssa? Why is that?
Well, most kids who drop the class drop it within the first month when they're failing it, but he was failing since the first week and he's still in the class.
That's really unlike Jared. He usually has a short attention span.
Anyone taking the class usually is taking it just to impress some girl. Those people give up right away, but Jared really must have cared for whoever it was that he was after.
Well, that's weird, because Andrew's failing all of his classes, and it's definitely not for some girl.
No, I think it's just this course specifically. There must be something about it. I guess they just like the professor.
Well, thanks for your help, Dr. Wolf, but I'm afraid we're just as lost as we were when we picked up this case. All this really confirmed was that Jared really loved Alyssa, and that's just not going to help much. Come on, Andrew, let's go make a wall of pictures and strings.
I'm gonna need another pack of Twizzlers.
I kept staring at the wall, but something wasn't adding up. One of these people had to be connected to this, and if my gut was ever right, which it normally is, there was one person I was sure was behind this.
John kept giving me that look like he knew something, and to be honest, it worried me. If he ever got to the bottom of this case, he wouldn't like what he saw.
Andrew was giving me that look like he knew what I was thinking. There wasn't a lot of evidence in this case, but clearly we both knew what we were looking at.
John was giving me that look like he knew what I knew, what he was thinking. This case was starting to get confusing. Actually, it wasn't. I knew what was going on. I just hoped John wouldn't figure it out for himself.
I was sure of it. Andrew definitely knew what I knew, what he knew, what I knew, what I thought he was thinking. It was time to put this case to a close.
Well, Andrew, I guess we got our suspect.
Okay, I took the ring, it was me!
It was clear we needed to brush up on our communication skills.
Do you remember the time when we tried to break Jared and Alyssa up?
Yeah, we had that one guy help us, and he gave us that really bad plan, and it didn't work. Good thing we got rid of him.
Yeah, before we actually did the plan, I decided to switch the rings out because I knew it would fail, which it did. And I was just hoping Alyssa would find out that it was a fake ring, which she did.
But
I know. I was afraid of the Concordia engagement rule. But it turned out they're actually a good couple. I just didn't want to lose our third roommate.
Well, I guess I can't blame you. I was in on that plan all along, too. I guess we're just in this together now.
Well, how are we gonna get out of this mess? She won't take him back unless the ring is real.
But even if we somehow manage to switch the rings back, how are we going to convince her that it's real?
I know, it's like we need some type of jewelry expert or something.
If only we knew another guy.
I do know another guy.
So what do you think? Can you do it?
Do what, dude? I don't even know you. You were like in one of my classes 3 years ago. I'm only here because Andrew said you were going to give me a surface lot spot.
Stop dodging the question. Are you gonna help us? Or not?
Yeah, sure. What do I get in return?
He was playing hardball. I always hated it when they played it that way. If only I was...
Hello? Why do you guys keep staring off into space like that?
Alright, kid, what do you want?
Give me all of your toilet paper.
What?
Look, don't tell anyone, but I'm trying to build up a mass supply of toilet paper, so when the day comes that any dorm runs out of it, I will be the only remaining source of toilet paper. I'll be swimming in money.
Fine. Take it all, you filthy monster.
Alright, sweet. So what do you guys need me to do?
I'm sorry, guys. There's nothing you can do. I already made up my mind.
Are you sure?
Yes, he gave me a fake ring. You don't know what that does to a girl.
What if I told you that the ring was real?
Ha! Like I'm gonna believe you and John. Come on, I know your guys is his best friends. But I'm sorry, I guess he just never loved me.
Oh, come on, Alyssa. Of course he loved you. Do you want to know something? That guy, your Jared, took a Twilight and philosophy course just so that you guys could have something to do together.
I hate Twilight.
Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't change the fact that the ring is still real. I mean, would you believe a ring expert?
A what?
A ring expert. You know, someone who's expert in jewelry and stuff.
Oh, and I'm supposed to believe that you guys have a guy like that.
Bring him in, Andrew.
Who's this?
Who's this? Who's this? Do you know where this guy has been? Trust us, this guy has seen his fair share of rings and diamonds and stuff.
Oh, is that so?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like rings and diamonds and stuff. Smart at it, too.
Well, Alyssa, show him what you got.
Oh yeah, that's a real one, alright.
Really? Oh my goodness, what did I do? My chair bear!
Surely believes anything anyone tells her, won't she?
Well, the case has officially come to a close, and life at Concordia can finally return back to normal. It was actually easier than I thought it would be, except for that whole part about you taking the ring and stuff.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just happy Alyssa has Jared back. And so do we.
That's true. And the whole Concordia engagement rule has finally been proven wrong.
You know, it wasn't proven wrong. We actually proved it right, with Jared getting back with Alyssa and all.
Yes, but I think we can both agree this was a case of true love and certainly not just some myth.
That's true. Hey, you know, we should tackle a more exciting case next time. Oh, what about Sixter Six Toes? Or that missing spatula in the kitchen? Or Freddy the Falcon? I've always had a bad feeling about that guy.
Andrew, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
But I thought we were already friends.
Just be quiet.
Guess who just got engaged again?
I told you she'd be just fine, buddy.
What are you guys doing with these things? I thought you guys quit those. And what's with the terrible suits?
Don't know what you're talking about.
And what's that?
Darn it, Tanner, you have one job!
Why is there an exact replica of the ring I gave Alyssa sitting on our table?
Alright, Jared, look. Me and Andrew, way back...
No, John. I got this. Look, Jared. When you first got engaged, we wanted to stop you. We didn't want you to fall for the Concordia engagement rule. We didn't want to lose you as a friend, so I switched your ring out.
You what?
Wait, look, Jared. We didn't want to lose you as a friend. We didn't want you to fall for the Concordia engagement rule like everyone else does. But as time went on, we just found out you guys were perfect for each other. I mean, you were even taking that Twilight course just for her.
How'd you guys even know about that?
Oh, shoot. Well, as long as all these cats are jumping out of the bag, I might as well tell you she doesn't really like Twilight anymore.
This day could not be going downhill anymore.
Look, Jared. I'm really sorry, but we were just trying to do this to help you. But really, doesn't this just prove how great our friendship is? I mean, if I was willing to do that, I'd want to do anything for you.
I guess when you put it like that, I mean, I don't want to lose you guys as friends either. And these last 24 hours have just been the worst of my life. I'm just happy they're starting to come to a close. Now I've got to figure out how I'm going to pass that class when neither Alyssa nor myself know anything about Twilight. Well, I'd say we could consider ourselves even then. How's Tuesday at 3:30 sound to you? You can probably teach me more than Pastor Smith. Guy didn't even get past the first book. And you can spare me all the boring details. I really just want to know what team I'm supposed to be on. Edward or Jacob? Hey, where'd all the toilet paper go?